We're back in Moscow, and today we're going to talk about something sad. We're going to talk about Spartak Moscow. This team was basically built from scratch last season. It was a team that could beat anybody. High hopes for the playoffs. It was a team that went into coma halfway through the season. This team was built after a disastrous fifth KHL season when Spartak was far from making the playoffs. The red and white gathered a whole new team, a promising team with some serious names in the lineup. They signed 16 new players. Spartak had limited resources, so they had to act fast and accurate. One of the main builders of this team was scout Vladimir Kopolovsky, who then went back to Avangard. Spartak's main sponsor was Investbank, the one who lost the license halfway into the season. Spartak's official budget was just over $9 million, 22nd in the league. Nevertheless, Spartak managed to sign Darren Quint, Tractor's key defenseman in the previous season. They also signed defenseman Dmitry Megalinsky, who led Kuznets Demon in points, and also former World Junior champion Andrei Sergeyev. To add some strength to the offense, Spartak signed Igor Volkov and Alex Nesterov from Avangard. Alexander Nikulin and Jeff Glass joined Spartak from Sibir, and they felt they made the right choice from day one. After we played a dozen of games together, we truly came together as a team, says Alex Nikulin. Everybody is fighting for one another. We may not be the most skilled team in the league, but we're a hard-working team. He's right about that. Spartak really was a hard-working team. It was a team of great players who were also very modest about the financial part of the contracts. That was exactly what Spartak needed. They now had a shot at making it to postseason. Despite their limited budget, Spartak managed to sign a true star, Nikolai Zherdev. Admittedly, he didn't have a lot of options left as he was released from Lev Prague during preseason. But it seemed like a good move for him. He needed that kind of a team. However, he didn't stay with Spartak long. He played just 16 games for the red and white, picked up 7 assists and scored 0 goals before going to Severstal. This season turned out to be absolutely catastrophic for Zherdev. Another star player on Spartak last season was Slava Kozlov. He plays professional hockey since 1987. Just think about that for a second. People would come to Spartak games just to see him play. He's a true legend. A hard task to bring Spartak back to its glory was given to coach Fedor Kanareykin. He had to build a competitive team that could take on anybody, just the way Spartak did in the past. This club opened up the doors for me to pro hockey, he says. I owe a lot to Spartak, not just my career, but also my life. Everything I have today, I have because of Spartak. This was his third comeback to Spartak as a coach, and he made a firm statement early in the season when Spartak was one of the top teams in the West. I have a lot of coaching and life experience. I've been around for quite some time now. Over the years, I've learned a lot from my coaches, from my teammates, from my friends and family. It is my responsibility to pass on this experience to the next generation. It is my responsibility to ensure their professional and personal development. And I will do whatever it takes to do that. Spartak looked very optimistic early in the season, and imports looked especially happy. I basically play on an all-import unit, says Slovak Rastislav Spirko. My teammates are from Canada, USA and Sweden. I think it works pretty good for us. We try to score as much as we can. Hopefully we can be productive throughout the season. Spirko led Spartak in points early on and finished the season second in goal scoring. Unfortunately, when things went down for Spartak, the import line Wandel, Anderson and Spirko was the first unit to shut off. Under KHL rules, a team's dressing room is open for the media only for a few minutes after the game. You can't just waltz in here whenever you want. But we were granted access today, so let's take a look around. This is a motivational plaque that says, "The winner takes it all." and it has Spartak's alternative logo on it. But my personal favorite spot here is the one that belongs to Jeff Glass. He has a lot of baseball caps, even too many if you ask me. He has 2 old ones and a brand new one that still has a price tag on it. It commemorates Vladislav Tretiak's 60th birthday, and it has his autograph on it too. Let's check out his mask though. Obviously it was painted uniquely for Glass. There's his last name, and there's a Canadian flag. There's the Kremlin and St. Basil's Cathedral. And a brick wall at the bottom, all of it in red and white. And there's always something interesting at the bulletin board. Check this out. This says Alexei Krutov is fined for $500.
Alexei
Krutov was one of the best Russian scorers on the team last season. He's a gritty forward who may not be the brightest star, but he is an invaluable asset. We feel comfortable with each other right from the get-go, he says. We don't have subgroups here. It's not like import players only talk to each other, and so do our rookies. We're a team, and we act like a team on and off the ice. It feels great. Last year, Alexei's father, legendary Vladimir Krutov, passed away, and you couldn't help but cheer for him every time he scored. It felt like he finally found his team. This team had something they didn't have a year ago. The players looked happy when they spoke to the media. There was a lot of jokes and smiling around. All of it suggested nothing wrong could happen to Spartak. What could really happen to a team that could take on anybody in the league? And yet the end was near. But instead of worrying about the present, Spartak cared about the future. They called up a lot of players from the junior team during the season. That was their investment in the club's future. And who would blame them? Spartak's junior team won the Harlamov Cup, taking down their arch-rivals Red Army in 7 games of the final series. Adjusting to pro hockey is not easy though. It never is easy for anybody, agrees Denis Bodrov. Older guys and coaches try to ease in their transition as much as we can, but it's still hard. The coaches can yell at them sometimes too, to say the least. Denis Bodrov is a Lada Tolyatti's alumnus. But when Lada returned to the KHL, he decided not to go back, but signed with Salavat Yulayev instead. Last season he was Spartak's captain. It looks like it was just yesterday when he was a rookie himself, but now he was expected to guide young players. Like a true captain, Bodrov took it hard when Spartak ceased to be. For the past 3 years, I never felt like we were a team, but last season we really had something. We bonded. I don't know why it happened on the last season, but it was definitely something special. Spartak is a kind of a team that can't play mediocre. Spartak either plays really well or really, really bad. Our job as a team, and by that I mean coaching staff and players, is to go through the season without big lumps. We should learn how to take a punch. No matter what the score is, we have to be able to keep a cool head and play our game. But they couldn't. When Spartak lost their biggest sponsor, the team just collapsed. They set a new KHL record for consecutive losses. They lost 19 games in a row and missed the playoffs. Spartak will sit out this season, but here's hoping the red and white will come back stronger than ever.